Hello people, welcome back to an episode of Relating Me and You and Me through YouTube, and here I am with another video which is actually very important because it's winter season, it's wedding season, and we definitely need some good foundations. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to invest in so many different foundations according to the seasons. Like in summer you can have a matte foundation, but in winter you can have a dewy foundation. Obviously you can do that if you have that kind of money, but not everybody can afford that. So I thought of making this tutorial where I am using a matte foundation in winter, which I otherwise love. Like I love that foundation in summer and the kind of coverage it gives on my skin in summers, but it is little tricky to use in winters. So I'm going to show you how you can use this foundation right here. That's Huda Beauty foundation, which we all know is extremely matte, but the kind of coverage it has and the kind of finish it gives on your skin is absolutely beautiful in summers. But you can do that in winters also, because I don't want to spend too much on so many different foundations, so many different finishes of foundation. So yeah, that is what this video is going to be all about. And now, without me much blabbering, let's just directly get into the video. Let's begin. And to begin with, especially for this foundation, otherwise also I tell you to always start with a skincare routine so that your makeup looks beautiful, but especially if you're using a Huda Beauty foundation or a foundation that's so matte like Huda Beauty, you should definitely start with skincare. And I am going to use my usual favorite toner, that's Kaya Pore Minimizing Toner. This is going to help me with my pores, and also it has niacinamide in it, so you know it also helps in evening out your skin tone, and is a little sticky. So since it is a little sticky, not oily, but when you touch it, you know, you feel that stickiness. So that's going to act as a really nice primer. Or when I apply a moisturizer on top of this toner, it's going to stick well to my skin, and also it's going to make sure that it absorbs all the moisture really well. For moisturization, I am starting with this Rice Ceramide Face Shop Emulsion. Now I belong to a combination oily skin family, so I'm using an emulsion, and because I don't want my face to look like oily, I want it to look nicely moisturized and healthy, but not oily. But if you are from a dry skin family, you can use a heavy moisturizer which is little oil based, so that you know your body and your face gets all the moisturization it needs. Do not forget under your eyes, on your eyebrows, the region around your eyebrows, and your neck. Nicely massage it into your skin so that all the moisture is nicely retained. Now you can see with few seconds of massage on my face, all the blood has rushed to my face, and now it's going to give me that inner glow, and all the moisture is nicely absorbed into my skin. My skin is nice and plump, hydrated, and perfect to start with makeup. Now when my moisturizer is nicely seeped into my skin, I have given it a few minutes, like a minute or so, and it has nicely absorbed into my skin, like nicely absorbed. So I'm going to start with a primer, and I am using this Farsali Skin Tune Blur because I have pores, like huge pores. So I am using this primer to first get rid of my pore problems. You can use any pore minimizing primer that you like if you have pore problems. Actually, the primer that you are using should be more, I'm finished. So yeah, the primer that you are using should be more according to your skin type. Don't just use a primer because I am using it. Obviously, if you have same problems, like I have pore problems, so I use this one. But if you have oily skin, or if you have dry skin, go for an oil based primer so that your skin looks nice and beautiful, and go according to your skin type is what I mean. Now since I finished with that, I have to use another one. I'm using this PAC Zero Pore Separation Cream. This is also an excellent primer. Very, very, very beautiful, silky. It gives like really nice silky finish to my skin, and also solves my pore problems. Concentrating on my problematic regions. Now the problem with me is I have used a pore minimizing or a pore blurring primer which actually mattifies my skin. Like you can see, although it feels really soft and supple and ready for makeup, it is still very matte. But my foundation is matte, it's winter, so my skin is not going to give out as much oil. So there is this trick that I use every time. I am going to use this Farsali Gold Elixir oil and use this along the parameters of my face and the high points where I want the highlighted effect to be, a dewy effect to be. I'm not going to apply it on the center of my face because that's really oily. Even in winters it's going to give out oil, so I'm not going to apply it there, but I'm just going to open it, take only a few drops, like 2 to 3 drops of it, and then taking it on both of my fingers, I'm going to go along the parameters where I want the dewiness to be, not all over my face because as I said, my face is oily. So nicely leaving it along the parameters. And now whatever is left, like there's hardly anything actually on my hands, I'm going to go along and massage everything in. So everything is tied up. It should not look like one part has oil and the center doesn't have anything at all. So just to mix everything in, going with that. And again, if you are from a dry skin family, you can go all out with double moisturization and also using an oil based primer like this one, or even the NYX honey one. I don't remember the exact name. I'll put some of the options down below for dry skin family also, and you can check them out just in case you're interested. And now I can see a little bit of life coming back to my skin. You can see it's not very shiny or oily, but it has that life back. While the primer was sitting on place and nicely absorbing into my skin, I did my brows off camera, and now I'm going to start with the actual base routine. And I'm going to start with this sugar highlighter in the shade Gold Gold. This is a jelly highlighter. Again, I don't want to go for an oil based thing, so I'm using this jelly highlighter, and this on bare skin is like a dream. Like it's going to give you the kind of sheen that you would dig for. So I'm going to apply it on the high points of my face. I don't use it on top of foundations because it is not the best thing to do on top of foundation. So yeah, because it moves your foundation a little bit. So I'm going to apply this on all the regions where I want the sheen or the dewiness to be. Although it's a full coverage foundation, but this is still going to give your skin a little bit of life. But make sure when you're blending this, you're blending this really well into your skin, because otherwise it can look stark if you don't blend, and blend it quick because this dries down really quick. So yeah. Also, when you're doing this, don't overpower anything. Like here you can see the sheen on my face, but it should not look like oil or sweat on your face. So having that proper proportion is very, very important. And now to begin with the foundation, starting with the Huda Beauty one, it's in the shade Custard 220N, and I'm going to take a little bit of it because I want to start slow, just one pump. Taking my beauty blender, I'm going to start from the center of my face and not going very close to my eyes, because again that's the under eye region is dry, so I want to avoid it there because I can conceal it well with a concealer, so I don't need foundation there. And I'm starting with one side first, do it side by side, so that go step by step, so that things blend in really well. It should not be that you've started here, kept the product there, and then went to the other side, because then when you come back here to blend, sometimes it might just have dried down, and then blending it could be a nightmare. So yeah, nicely push it into your skin. If you see, I'm pushing it into my skin, and with that one dip in the foundation, it has entirely covered this region. I just need a little bit of product here because I have acne marks and everything here, so I have to cover that. I need more coverage in this region, so I'm using a little more product. But if you don't have any marks, you can just be fine with that much product. How you can use Huda Beauty foundation really well in winters without looking cakey or dry. Now I'm going to start with concealer. For concealer, I'm using this Smashbox concealer in the Smashbox Studio Skin Flawless 24-hour concealer in the shade Light Warm Golden. Again, I will list everything down in the description box. I have heard a lot of people about not understanding what products I am using, so I am going to list everything in the description box just in case you're interested. You are not able to understand what product I am using, you can go and check it out there. So yeah, and now for concealer, I'm going to start with my under eyes, like not very close to my under eyes, but my under eyes. And here I am going to give it that lift because I like that lifted look, so I'm going to raise it like that. Same on the other side, raise it like that on the inner corner a little bit. Now I don't have too much pigmentation under my eyes, so for me using a little product is going to go a long way. But if you are that person who has pigmentation or dark circles or anything under your eyes, just conceal it properly with good amount of concealer. Actually saying the kind of concealer that I'm using, it has really good coverage, so I don't need to apply too much product, but you can go for it if you feel the need. When you're doing the blending of your concealer, don't go very close to your lower lash line when you're blending it, because everybody has fine lines there until and unless you have extremely good skin or extremely young skin. Everybody is going to have fine lines there, so it is going to crease no matter what you do. So don't take your concealer too close to your lash line. Keep a little bit of gap, like just this much gap, and it should be good because that is going to anyways be covered by the eyeshadows, so there's no point of applying concealer there. I mean, if you have very like, what do you say, if you have too much dark circle and your skin is extremely pigmented there only, then you need to go that close. But otherwise, for my skin, like you can see, there's no pigmentation there, so I can just be fine with keeping it little away from that region so that it doesn't crease. Because if there's no product, it's extremely lightweight and your creasing will not be that dominant, your fine lines will not be that dominant. But if you're using a concealer there, it is going to look dominant, it is going to show more comparatively. And guys, please take time blending. Make sure you're blending the products nicely, pushing it nicely into your skin. And if there is too much fine lines on your face and they crease a lot, like because you express yourself too much, maybe your smile lines or your under eyes, just do this trick. Take your setting spray nicely, take it on your beauty blender and go over the regions which you feel are creasing a lot for you. Like for me, my under eyes crease and then little bit on my smile lines. And now my concealer is not going to move anywhere as I've set it on place with my setting spray. And now proceeding to contouring, I'm using this MAC concealer palette. This is in the shade medium deep. I'm going to take this darkest shade from the palette, pick it up on an angled brush, a nice generous amount. I'm going to start from here. I like putting it little above my actual contour region. This is my actual contour region, but I go a little just above it, because when I blend it, for me, I generally tend to move a little bit down, so I apply a little up so that it doesn't mess up. And you see, that's how it is blended. And now when I am satisfied with all that concealing and contouring on my face, I am going to proceed with blush. Yes, before using powders, I am going to go with this cream blush again to give a little bit life to my face. If you see, I am using everything cream here because to make my foundation look nice and healthy, I have to make sure that I don't have too much powder layered over it, because matte foundation powder over it is just going to make it dry, so we don't want that. Hence a cream blush. Now this blush doesn't have too much pigmentation, so it's good. And now finally proceeding towards the powders, I am using this Maybelline Fit Me powder in the shade 15 Light. And here again, how you use your powder is going to be important. I take good amount on my beauty blender, dust off most of it on the back of my hand, and then I'm going to go on the regions that crease. So that's going to be my smile lines and my under eyes. Just little bit of powder and then again push it into your skin. Now I'm also taking it towards my nose because again my nose is oily, it gives out oil real quick. So to avoid that, I'm taking it towards my nose. You can just finish with this much powder and proceed to the next step, but if you are from extremely oily family and you feel that your whole face needs powder, I would recommend a powder like this one which has a little bit of sheen on it. So you have powder, but this powder gives you sheen and a slight golden kind of highlighting effect. So you have powder but still your skin looks lively and doesn't look extremely dry. So again, take a little bit of powder, dust it off, and now with this much you can go over the high points of your face where you feel the need of powder. And that should be good to go. And now I am using this face color shading from Etude House. This is going to go over my contour. This enhances my contour like anything and gives it a more chiseled and more defined look. So I love this product because the shade here is just perfect for my skin tone. It doesn't look muddy, it doesn't look patchy, it melts into my skin like a dream and give it a more chiseled effect. And now finally finishing the base with the blush, I'm using this Swiss Beauty blush palette. This is our baked blushes. You can use any baked blush that you like of your choice. I'm using these ones. and I'm going to go with this corally orange shade. These are really pigmented. It has golden sheen to it, the one that I'm using. Because it is very pigmented, I first dust it off on the back of my hand and then start where I want the pigmentation the most. So that is going to be this region right here. Start from there, go upwards, and then bring it little bit towards the center. Because I don't want too much blush going on. Just the flush of color is all I want. And now since this blush has that golden baked version to it, it is giving me that sheen on the high points of my face. And then also make sure that if this is your contour region where you have bronzed or contoured, it should melt into your blush, it should not look like, 3 different stark regions, because that's not very flattering. So yeah, blend everything in. For highlighter, I am using this K Beauty highlighter in the shade Rosy Dew, and oh my god, the first time I used this highlighter, I was in complete shock. For the longest time, I just loved Maybelline in the shade Molten Gold, right? For the longest time, I just used that highlighter because I didn't like anything else. Like, it melts into your skin, looks very skin-like, still gives you that sheen and that glow, but this one has changed the game. So I'm taking some of it and applying it on the high points of my face. See, initially it's going to look a little dusty, a little chalky, but once it melts into your skin, it is your skin which is healthy and glowy. I mean, nobody can say that it's a highlighter, but obviously applying technique is also very important. If you see, I take some highlighter, start from here where I know the sheen is maximum, move your face a little bit, check where it is having that shine, having that glow, start from there, go up, come back. So if you see, I'm dabbing it like this, I am not dragging it. So initially you have to just deposit the product like this and then go like this, make that C here, from here to here, here to here. Just go with that C and trust me, it's going to give you the most natural glow ever. Also, it is buildable, so you can go as blinding as you want, or you can just keep it subtle. I love this highlighter. I can't get enough of it. And because I love it so much, I always overdo it. Okay, I should probably stop, otherwise again I'm going to look like a disco ball. So yeah, that's what it is all about. And now topping everything up with a makeup setting spray is going to be a very, very, very important step. Now you make sure the setting spray you're using is not mattifying, because otherwise, all this hard work that we have done to bring little glow on our face is going to go in vain. So I'm using this Makeup Forever setting spray. It is long lasting and moisturizing. So this gives a nice glow to my face. It nicely melts all that powders into my skin and make it look like skin. So now my makeup is not cakey, and at the same time I have the longest wearing foundation but with absolutely beautiful skin. Because it is very easy to go overboard with this foundation, the Huda Beauty one especially, or any other high coverage foundation. It's very easy to go overboard and it will immediately start looking cakey. So you can make sure that you don't look cakey or you don't layer too much. Just layer the product or just put on the product as much as your skin requires. Putting excess of product is not going to help you. I have done that mistake for the longest time in my life, that I have applied more and more product thinking that little more product or too much product is going to make it look more nice. But no, that's not how it works. It starts looking cakey. which is not a very flattering look. I mean, if you are a person who likes cakey, go for it, but for me that's not very flattering. I like good full coverage foundations, but at the same time I wanted to make my skin look more skin like. Okay, so I want all that coverage and everything, but still have that nice glow on my face. So this is how it is looking. Now I'm going to do my eyes and lips and everything off camera, and we'll be right back. And that is the complete look, you guys. This is how everything has turned out. If you like it, just let me know in the description box what do you think about this look, and if you want me to make more such looks, please drop your wishes or your commands down below, and I'll be more than happy to do it. And before leaving, do not forget to subscribe, because if you have reached till here, I'm sure you love the content. So subscribe, and yeah, that's all for this video. Until then, take care. Tada!